Hello, good morning students of class 12 commerce. Welcome to Pandas's virtual class on developmental economics, and today we are going to start a new chapter titled infrastructure. In fact, we are left with only 3 chapters. This one is infrastructure, and in this chapter we are going to discuss about different types of infrastructure in India, like energy, like health, two important of them, and the other chapter is about our relationship with our neighbors. So come to the lesson infrastructure. First of all, we need to understand the exact meaning of infrastructure. What is infrastructure? It is not a particular thing, but it is anything that makes the economic activities or the process of production easier. For example, agriculture is an economic activity, but how much the producer will produce at a particular place can never be consumed by the locality, because the farmer produces more than the local requirement. Then where he is going to sell his product? Of course, he needs the help of transportation. So here transportation is an agent of infrastructure. Means if transportation facility is better, then the agricultural sector can function better. The same way, I want to produce here something, and for that I need fuel or energy. So if it is not available, then the economic activity is not possible. Hence, in this production, the infrastructure, that is power or energy, is infrastructure that would help or make the process of production smoother. So when it comes to infrastructure, it is an helping agent or an agent that provides some aid or creates a good environment so that the process of production or the process of development is accelerated. So we are going to discuss about different types of infrastructure, that is economic infrastructure and social infrastructure, and how they are related to each other. When it comes to economic infrastructure, infrastructure like energy, like communication, these are called economic infrastructure, because communication, energy, these things makes the production process easier. And at the same time, we need some social infrastructure like health, like education. Unless our workforce is healthy, unless our workforce is well educated, they cannot contribute more or to the limit of their capability to the process of production. That's why we have to develop both economic and social infrastructure side by side, so that when they coordinate with each other, then the process of development will be pacified. So after economic and social infrastructure, we need to understand why developing infrastructure is important for an economy. Because we are student of economics, we will discuss the problem of infrastructure only from the point of view of economics, or simply saying economic development. So point by point we will discuss about the importance of infrastructure in not only in our economy but in any economy. The first one, promotes development. No doubt, when infrastructure is better, the process of development is accelerated. Hence, it promotes development. Then, promotes the agricultural sector. Just I told, here I produced a lot of tomato, I cannot sell it. Hence, I need economic infrastructure like transportation in order to send my product to Delhi, a place situated far away from my locality. Then, facilitate smooth functioning of the economy. When both social and economic infrastructure are coordinated with each other, then of course the economy starts functioning very smoothly without any obstruction. Next, enhances quality of life. Of course, if there is more development means more production. More production means more and more use of unemployed resources, and it means generation of more income in the economy. And of course, when more income is generated, people's lifestyle changes. It becomes better and better. Then expands the market size. Yes, previously when the economy was lacking proper infrastructure, only the product was sold locally. But now it is even highly perishable product like milk can also be stored properly, and it can be sent to far away places. So of course the development of infrastructure is associated with a process of expansion of the market. We can think of a national market, we can think of global market, and all these things are not possible unless we develop our economic and social infrastructure properly. Then the next one is promote capital formation and investment. See, capital formation is a process when we add new capital assets or goods to our existing stock of capital, and for that we need to invest. For that we need to save more. Means a major part of our consumption we must not consume, and we should invest them so that we can produce more. And of course, how more investment and more capital formation is possible? Only and only by increasing income. Saving is never a solution. If all people in an economy start saving, then of course the aggregate demand would fall and there will be depression in the economy. Hence, in order to invest more, we should not cut short our consumption, but we should increase our income so that the additional income we can invest. Then facilitates outsourcing. Outsourcing, it is only possible with a very developed IT sector, and India is the hub of outsourcing nowadays. Many reputed companies of the world depends upon India for outsourcing. You might have heard about BPOs. And what is their job? They just represent some company that is far away from them, and they provide their services to those companies with the help of a highly developed IT sector. So outsourcing is also facilitated when there is proper development in infrastructure. So because all these regions, the development of infrastructure is a must if we are eyeing at improving or developing our economy. Then this is all the reasons why development of infrastructure is important for us. And now we will come to the present state of our economy. That means what is the position, what is the status of infrastructure in our economy, in Indian economy. And it is really terrifying. It is never satisfactory. We cannot say when almost 90% of rural people still now use biofuels like cow dung, like your firewood in order to satisfy their energy need. And it is never a symptom of a development. And why we are in particular discussing about rural area? Because rural population in our economy is far more than the urban population. So rural household don't get fuel at their doorstep. In order to fetch firewood, they need to travel kilometers into the jungle. And they never get clean or safe drinking water at their doorstep. You can see here that almost 76% of our rural population they use open sources of water, like water from river, water from ponds, water from wells. These are open sources of waters. And can we say that when our rural population, 76% of our rural population are using open sources water, it's neither healthy, it's not a symptom of development. And only 56% of our rural population are they have a proper electric connection, and nowadays still 43% of our rural population use kerosene as the fuel instead of using a better fuel option like gas, LPG. So if we look at all this scenario of our economy, then we never can say that we have developed our infrastructure satisfactorily, so that we can claim a better option, we can claim a rapid process of development of our economy. Hence, the foremost requirement in front of the planners before the economy is to develop its economic and social infrastructure so that other things would start functioning very smoothly. So this is about development, our infrastructure, its importance and its present status. And tomorrow we will be discussing about two different infrastructure, that is, one is energy and other is health. Health being part of social infrastructure and energy being part of our economic infrastructure. So for today, thank you and have a nice day.